This conference will now be recorded.
Hi friends, good morning. So in today's session, we will do the lab, whatever we discussed yesterday. So Databricks, database tables, databases and tables, we will try to create it. We will try to create the partition tables and all those things. And we will see, so yesterday many people are having confusion. What is meant by partition of the table? So those things we will see in detail, okay? But whatever partitions it has created, Databricks or Spark has created, those things we can able to see it, okay? From the Databricks file system, you can able to see, but if you go to the storage effort, you will not be able to see. That is nothing, the blob storage. If you go to blob storage, it's an abstraction layer. That's why you will not be able to see any data from the blob storage, but all those things we will see. Let's create the Azure Databricks because we need Azure Databricks first. Let's click add to create the Azure Databricks. So there is a subscription resource group, you know, right? Let me create the new resource group. It's just a grouping of resources. Okay. So let's say cloud manage. Program. Sorry, it's a data. Databricks master program. Click OK. So workspace name, I'll say cloud convey ADB. Yeah, let's say cloud convey ADB.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, see, workspace is Cloud Pandit ADB. It is available. So East to West, you know, standard I'm taking. Anything is fine for working. Next, deploy Azure Databricks workspace in your own virtual network. Do we have our own virtual network? No. So I don't want to launch my Databricks workspace within virtual network. Just click tags. If you have any key value pairs, you can give. So as we discussed, if you have created by team is working. So all those key value pairs, if you want to give, you can give. Just to identify this Databricks is used for what. And if you want to do some kind of automation based on a specific Databricks. Okay, so those things, if you want to identify from the PowerShell and all those things, we are going to use this tags. With the help of these tags, we will identify how you have 10 Databricks workspaces. Now, what you need to do, you need to identify one of the Databricks workspace to do some kind of automation on that particular Databricks. Okay, so out of 10, if you want to identify one, so you are going to use this particular tags you can use, names you can use, anything you can use, but mostly we will use tags. Okay, it will be easy for you to identify the resource uniquely. Click review plus create. So it is going to validate all the details. Yes, everything is fine. You can create it. So as we know, it is going to create the blob storage for you, and it is going to create virtual network, network watch, security groups, all those things. We'll see all those things now. Let's go to all resources. So currently I have only blob storage. This is basically created by other group, okay, other resource group. So whatever we have created, those things did not come out. So those will come out. Yes, the Databricks workspace came. So now it is going to create the other resources. And just to All other resources it has created. See, storage account came. See, this is the storage account it is created, and other stuff we have. So today we will just open the storage account. We will see what we have. Okay. So before that, let me just open the Databricks workspace. Right click on this, click open link in the new tab. Click on launch workspace. Now we are here. Now let me just go into the storage. Click on the storage. Click open in new tab. So this is basically blob storage. Okay, if you want to open this blob storage, so you can just click on this containers. Okay, click on this containers. Here you see for storing the jobs, for storing the logs, for storing the metadata. Okay, for storing the data, we have a different folders. But if you click on these folders, see, you will get something like this. Okay. The reason is this, it's an abstraction. You will not be able to see data from the storage. Understood? That's what I was trying to tell you. So if you want to see the data which we have in the storage account, that we need to see it from the Databricks file system only. You understood this? Now come here. So I am here, right? So now what I wanted to do, just to click on, yeah, let's click on clusters. Let's create the cluster. Okay, click create cluster. You know, yesterday we just created the cluster. So Cloud Pandit -demo, that is my cluster name. Let's select high concurrency. So you might have seen one thing. Okay. See, when you have selected high concurrency, there is something called terminate after. See, by default, let me just see the default things I will show you. Okay, click continue. See, when you select a standard, the default you see terminate after 120 minutes of inactivity. But when you say high concurrency, see, it is coming as a 0 minutes of inactivity. You understood? This is also one of the difference that you can notice. Okay, clear? This is also one of the difference that you can able to notice. Next, high concurrency clusters will not work, will not execute our Scala code. Okay, high concurrency clusters only useful for executing your PySpark code. Okay, that is the second part. Third one, as I mentioned, high concurrency clusters we are going to use to run multiple jobs parallelly, multiple processes parallelly. Okay, now, so whatever you want, you can take. Okay, but we know as we are in a free subscription, okay, we need to have a only single node. Okay, we need to have only single node, because if you take more nodes, it will not allow. Yesterday we have seen pool. Okay, today I am not creating the pool. Without pool, I just tell you it will take more time, a little bit more time it will take to get the node. Okay, next, Databricks runtime version. So this runtime basically tells you which version of Spark, which version of Scala you want. See, Spark 2.4.3, Scala 2.11. So each runtime version indicates the latest features. Okay, so yeah, we have 5.5 to 7.5. You see the different versions of the Scala and Spark we have, and we have a different like all the improvements will happen in all the latest runtimes. So they kept adding the new runtimes. So you can just try to use the latest versions, latest Databricks runtime versions. But as we discussed in previous session, ML means machine learning. If you want to work with any ML module, then you need to select these things. Okay, if you want to just work with the general stuff, then you need to go with the 7.5. Without ML, if you do anything, you need to go with 7.5, something like this. Okay, click just to 7.5. Latest version also you can use. Okay, by default it is selecting the yes, but you can use the latest version. So most of you might know, so we should not use the latest version. The main problem is they have released recently. What happens? They might have ended up with something they might have broken, right? So if that is the case, some of the functionalities will not work. That's why mostly what people will do is exactly previous one they will try to take. Okay, so in real time also, whenever you are working, don't take the latest version. Try to take the exactly previous version, so that you will have a uh, very much confident that everything will work. Okay, so but in our case, you can take this also. Next, terminate how many minutes. Like, let's say if the cluster is inactive for 40 minutes, I want to terminate this particular cluster. See here, node configuration, computer configuration, how much memory, how many CPUs, how many Databricks units you need, all those things we have. So I just discuss memory, scores, and DB, what it indicates each one. So those things we will discuss not now. So when we start Spark, I will just discuss memory, cores, and DBs, how to use all of this. Okay, click on advanced option. Here you have some configurations. If you want to put some kind of a configuration, Spark configuration you can put. So if you have any tags means basically key value pairs. Previously we have seen when I was creating the Databricks workspace, it requested me to provide the tags. So that is just a choice to identify the cluster. In the same way here you see vendor Databricks, creator Cloud Pandit, cluster name this one, and cluster ID is this, resource class is this, right? So you have something else. So let's say team. Okay, team is working as data engineer team, something like that. Just you can click add. So those will be added. Okay, those tags will be added. Logging. Suppose whatever logs you are collecting from the cluster, those things I want to store it in my Databricks file system. You need to tell in which folder you want to store these particular logs. Okay. For now, I'm just selecting none. Init script. So before you execute any code on this cluster, do you want to execute any script? We'll have init script, maybe connection things, mount points, all those stuff, right? So those things, if you want to execute prior, so you have to put those things here. Okay. For now, just click create cluster without all of this. Okay, so cluster will be ready. So yesterday I think I have shown you when the cluster is ready, virtual machine will be created here. I think I did not show you, so but I will show you. Okay, let's wait because it is going to take some time. Okay, meanwhile what we will do, just click on workspace. Here you see you don't have anything. Let me just create a folder called master program stuff, right? So, just to delete this. How to delete this? You remember? Not like this. Click on this. Click on this. Move to. So we have the option. Move to trash. Okay. Move to trash. So trash means it will go into the trash folder. Users, click on this trash. Here you will have. If you want to delete, click on this. Click delete immediately. This is how you are going to delete it. Now I want to create a folder first. Okay. I want to create a folder first. So click on this. Create a folder, not a notebook. Okay. Notebook name I will say master. This is my folder name. Go inside this folder. Let's create a notebook. Click on this. Click create notebook. So this notebook name I can say data. Databases and the tables. Database and the tables created. Yeah. So this is the notebook. So you know how to attach to the cluster, right? Just click on this. Click on this. See, this is the cluster which is still creating. Just select that. Okay. See, cluster is still creating. So meanwhile, whatever code you want to write, you can just write it and keep it ready. Otherwise, you just can wait some time. Okay. So anything you can do. But meanwhile, we will go here. Go to virtual machines. See, this is the virtual machine. It has launched for us. See, for Databricks RG Cloud. You understood. So this machine is already running. So I think cluster will be available very, very soon. Okay. Let's say A equal to 10 and run this particular command. It is saying, see, waiting for cluster to start, starting Spark. So starting Spark means already computer is ready. Only thing is it is just starting this Spark application. Spark cluster it is initiating. Okay, fine. Now what you will do, just click on data. See, once completely data like cluster is up and running, you will be able to see some default database. Okay, you will be able to see some default database. Then if you want to create our own databases, we can create. Okay, you see all these things. Yes. So cluster is available. Now just click on data, see default database came. Okay. Now when I click on this, default database came. Try to understand. Now you see I am going to create my own database. How to create our own database? Spark.SQL. So which notebook it is? Python. Okay, I want to create a database. How to create database? Create database, cloud funded Python DB. Okay, so that's all you need to do. Just run it. Okay, done. Come to database. You see, okay, I hope you understood, right? So cloud funded Python DB. Okay, it has created. Now I want to create one DB from the Scala code. So how to write Scala code in same notebook? Anybody know that? Anybody know how to write Scala code in same notebook? How to write SQL code?
Put a percent scale.
Exactly. So that is a magic commands we need to use. Percentile Scala, if you put, it will become a, by default, this cell is a Python cell. This entire cell is a Python cell. Now the default behavior I am changing and I am saying this is a Scala. Okay. So how you will say this is Scala? Just to try to execute this executed in Python, here it will throw error. Because it is a Scala. In Scala, variable declaration is not like this, right? So you need to tell whether it is a immutable or immutable object. So that's why it is a Scala. That's why it got the error. We got the error. Okay. Now, but in Scala also, you can execute. You can create the database with same command. Okay. Cloud funded Scala DB executed. So it is created. Now click on database. You see, Scala DB came. Now I want to execute a plain SQL. What I need to do? Simple percentile SQL. Okay. Create, right? So just put this, but you don't require all these things because it's a plain SQL. So you need to say cloud funded SQL DB. Okay, execute it. Done. Go to data. You see Python DB, Scala DB, SQL DB. So all the DBs created, in all these three languages, isn't it? See, I know if I explain in three different languages, you'll have a confusion, but here you will not have any confusion. The reason is commands are same. I'm just explaining you how to use in a different language. So if it is commands are different, I won't explain because you will confuse between different languages. Okay, as the commands, everything is same. That's why I'm just explaining in all the languages. Okay, try to understand.
Yeah, Malay, I have one doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, for both Python and Scala, we are using the Spark classes, right? So, can you please little bit elaborate on that? What is the relation between the Spark and the Python and Scala?
See, Python means Python API we are going to use. Like Python syntax, everything you need to use a Python syntax. But to see, basically, if you want to, this is basically SQL query, right? So these
Yeah.
SQL queries, if you want to execute in Python or Scala, you just have to use a Spark session.sql because you want to execute SQL query. This is Spark session. On this Spark session, you need to call SQL function to pass this particular command. This command it will execute in the same way. Here also in Scala also we have a Spark session. On that, if you want to execute SQL, just you have to use same SQL function. Okay. So to that you need to pass the command as an argument. That's what you are doing here.
Here
Okay.
it's
So same syntax you
Spark
are going
we
to use.
treated as a session, right?
Yeah, Spark is a Spark session. I explained yesterday, right? Spark is nothing but a Spark session. So for each user, we need to make a different session to set his own rules and properties. When he is submitting the application, let's say I want to submit my application. You want to submit your application. Okay, you want to tune different configuration. You set your own configuration. Maybe other person set his own configuration. Now what I need to do, whatever configurations we have, with those configuration I need to execute your application. With other people configuration I need to execute their application. But the problem with all these things is we all are running on the same cluster. How cluster can able to set different configuration at same time? So to do that, we have a Spark session. Don't worry, I will show you with the practicals with the program. What is the difference between Spark session and Spark context? So Spark session, we will have a multiple Spark sessions, but we will have a single Spark context. What is the difference between those things? We will see. Okay, but for now, please remember, Spark is nothing but a Spark session. So on this Spark session, you are calling SQL function to execute your SQL commands. Okay, so
Sure,
that's why same
got it.
command I'm using all the places.
Yeah.
Next. Now go to data. Can you look at any database? You see, it's all these databases are empty. Okay. Now I'll just show you how to create a table. How to create table. Okay. For that, okay. So what you need to do, just click on data, create table. So here you have a other data sources, right? No, sorry, DBFS. We have DBFS. So into this Databricks file system, I want to upload the data. How to upload the data into this DBFS is just click browse. Let me go to desktop, cloud connect datasets, AMA separated files. Let's say here you see players.cs. Let's select results.csv. Results.csv, just select and click OK. Okay, this is the file I am trying to read it now. Okay, see, I'm just taking the file path where it is uploaded. You see file uploaded to this path. I'm just taking this path. I'll tell you how to read it, but do not worry how to read all those things for now. Just click on this. There are different syntaxes for reading, but the easiest syntax is and most widely used is this one, spark.read.format. Which format of file? See, again, Spark is nothing but what? Spark session. By using Spark session, I am reading something. What you are reading? I am trying to read a CSV format file. Format is CSV file. From which location? I want to load this particular file from this location. Think that location is not copied properly. Let me just say file store / tables / results.csv. This is the file. Okay. Dot show. I will tell you few more things you need to set up. Those things I will tell you. Well, let's see first. This path should be correct. Yes. But if you look at this data, what is this? These are headers or data? Do you think these are headers or data?
Headers.
Headers, very good. So these are headers, but headers are the first row in your data. The reason is you are not saying you have headers in a CSV file. So remember, whenever you are reading, whenever you are writing as a CSV, you need to make sure, you need to tell whether you have headers in a CSV file or not. You need to tell whenever you are reading CSV file. In the same way, when you are writing CSV file, you need to tell, do you want to write data along with headers or you want to write data without headers? Okay, so how to give those options is That option you need to give here. Option is a key and value pair. What is the key? Headers are available, so that's why I'll say header equal to true. Okay, this is the key. Key is header, value is true. Header is available. Just execute. See now, header setted properly, isn't it? Is it correct? Now we are able to see data correctly or not? Yes, I'm able to see the data correctly. But now what I wanted to do, so I have a master card and Visa card. So people, whoever is searching for master card details, they should not scan Visa card. Whoever is searching for maybe Visa card, they should not scan the master card, something like that. So I need to write this data based on a partition. Okay, meaning I want to create two partitions. One partition will have enter master data, another partition will have enter Visa. Okay, enter Visa data. You understood? Now you see. So this is the data, right? So this data basically I will assign to a df underscore credit. Okay, this is basically credit data. So I'm just, instead of showing the result, I'm just assigning this result to this variable. Okay, so I know these things we did not discuss. Okay, I'm just showing because this is important for us now to write data into a table, right? To save as a table. So this variable is having all this data. What is this? This is the data frame. This is called a data frame. Okay, now you see this data frame I will take. I'll say I want to write. So do you have any mode to write? Okay, mode. Mode means, do you want to write it as an overwrite or append? Overwrite means to the existing data. What it will do, overwrite, it will remove the existing data and it will write the new data. Okay, example, I have a notepad++. This is the file. In this file, I have hello world. Okay, now what happened? Now from program, I'm just saying cloud world, and I'm overwriting into same file. Then what happens? This will be removed and it will write it as a cloud world. Okay, hello world. This is a cloud world. Understood? This is a overwrite functionality. It will remove the existing data. It will write new data. But if you look at the append, what it will do for this hello world, it will just append the cloud world. Okay, so if you want to write it into another line, okay, you can do that, but ultimately this is not going to remove the previous data. Append means it will just append the data to the existing. Hello world is the existing data. To that existing data we are going to add the new data. That is the append functionality. Okay, now it's a overwrite means every time you remove the data which is there and write it again. Okay, write the new data. Now see, this is the data frame which is having all this data. I want to write this data in which mode? In a overwrite mode. But where you want to save this data? Save as, okay, how I want to save is, I want to save as table. So you need to say save as table. So in which database, as what table you want to store. Now as it is a Python, so I want to store it in my Python DB. Okay, just select this. Okay, see cloud funded Python DB, right? So come here, you just type it here. Cloud funded Python DB dot. In this particular database, I want to create a table called Python table. Okay, for easy understanding, I'm doing this kind of a table. I'm creating this kind of table. Okay, just execute it now. Okay, it is done. Now go to data, Python DB. You see Python table is created. You understood? First, let me explain complete details with this table. Then we will do in different languages, but same syntax. Okay. So now I want to create. I want to check what data I have in this particular Python table. Okay, select this entire thing. You can do it in a multiple ways. Again, it's a SQL command, right? SQL query. So you can say spark.sql. You just say select star from this database, this table. Okay, I want to show the data. See, it is showing all this data. It is showing all this data, same data. But I will execute one more time this one. Okay, come here, execute this. See, same data I am able to see, but second time, like records are not repeating again, meaning there is no duplicate data. Now, same data I have written, this time I'm doing append. I'm doing append. Okay, let's execute it. Append means to that existing records, it will add the same records again. Now, when you read it, you will see two records. You see records increase, right? So this is the first set of records. This is the next set of records. But I see I am not able to see all the records. The reason is show has a limitation. It can show only top 20. But if I want top 100, so you need to say 100 records I want. See, now it will show all those things. See, so till 8, it's over here. Again, next 8. It's a append. Append means to the existing data, it will add the new data. Okay, we discussed overwrite and this one. Okay, clear? Is it clear? Now, where can I see this table data and all those things? Now you see, click on data. There is a simple table, isn't it? Now click on this create table. Go to DBFS. Click on users. Click on Hive. Click on warehouse. Which database? This is the database, right? So see, in this database, we have a Python table. You understand? In this table, you will see all the data. In which format the data is there? By default, it is there in a Parquet. Why it is storing in a Parquet? The reason is Parquet is the compressed data. It will be easy for storing and accessing. Okay, readability also it will increase. I will explain you. If you have some time today, I will show you the main difference. So why Parquet is the best in Spark. Okay, I will explain those things. See snappy.parquet at the end. Please read that. Okay, snappy.parquet. Understood? These are the only data files. These are some transaction files which will come whenever you are writing data. Okay, fine. You understood, right? Now, see, this is a plain data. That's why there is no partitions created. Even if you click on this table, if you just click on this table, so it will just tell you like we have these columns, these are the data types, these are like comments. Do we have any comments or not? So it will tell you something like that. Okay. So you can able to see that some of the data here as well, but all the data it will not show here. Okay, some sampling data, sample data it will show here. Okay, for previewing and all those things you can able to see. But you see, you have not created any partitions. That's why you don't have any partitions information here. Now I will just go here.
One quick question.
Mhm.
The table that you have created, right? Let's say if you now detach the cluster, will the table be there?
Yes, it will be there.
Okay.
Okay, it will be there. The reason is it's a permanent table. It's a permanent table. It will be there always. If it is, you can create something called temporary tables. Those temporary tables will go. Okay. So yeah, let me quickly show you that also, as we have we are at the right time to show you that. Okay, maybe we will discuss this later also, but you can see now we'll have a lot of clarity. The easiest thing that you can do is spark.sql show tables. Show tables dot show. This will give you data frame, right? From data frame, I want to show the results. Show tables. Okay, it is showing the tables from. It is showing the tables from
Default, I guess.
database. Not any thing. Let's say use or using. Let me show you in different ways. It will be easy. Use database. Cloud Pandit, right? Cloud Pandit Python DB. query written now these values. I did not remember this command. Let me just quickly check it. Yeah, so this is how you need to do, I think. Just expect this. See, so from this database, this is the table. Is it temporary table? False. You understood? Is it a temporary table? No, false. Okay. So this is how you can able to use this command. This command you can use in anywhere. Maybe if you want to export in SQL, you can export in Python. If you want to export, you can export. Okay. Just export this. This will give the same result. This will give data from that dot show. See, is it a temporary table? False. Permanent table. You understand? So it's a permanent table. That's permanent tables will not delete. Yes, tell me.
Sure. Thank you.
Using database doesn't work in SQL or what?
Yes,
Like
your voice is
MySQL.
hello.
Yeah, when you were trying to using database or use database, it was not working. Is that the command doesn't work in the SQL?
Can somebody tell me, friends, whoever understood his question?
He's asking whether this using command is not working. Why it is not working?
But that was not correct command, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why it was not working.
Malaya, usually use command works, use database, it works either in the Postgres or in the SQL server. So my question is, it works in the Spark SQL version of it or
Why it is not working? Why use command is not working in Spark SQL?
yeah, right.
Why it is working? I am also not sure about that. Why it is not working? Because I'll just look into that. But see, ultimately, for each platform, it has its own syntax. So I'll just check. Maybe it may work. I need to try once again. Use this something. Yes, see, use this. So instead of database, I just have given this and show tables. Show tables not working. I think both are not working at the same time. It worked, right? Now let's say percentage equal show tables. You understood? See, this time it is working. Use this one, and I'm saying show tables. See, all those things will work. You just have to look into that. So what syntax, what small mistakes we will do, right? So those things you need to avoid. See, you no need to mention use database. This is the database. You just say use this, so it will understand. Okay, this is the database. Okay, understood? So maybe here itself you can say show table, but you just have to use something semicolon or something. I think. See, now it is working. So if you work out, so everything will you can able to see. See, use this database, show tables. Okay, fine.
Malaya, can I set the is temporary false is there? Can I set it to true? Is there any way? I'm really sorry if I'm asking a bit early.
How you are creating the tables. So based on how you have created these tables, this information will be inferred automatically. See, save as a table means it's a permanent table. Example, let me show you how to create a temporary tables. You can also create some temporary tables examples. So this is the data you have, right? So from this data, okay, I'm just saying register temp table. Okay, this temp table I will say Cloud Pandit table. Okay, spelling mistake, that's okay. But you come here, this particular table, yeah, it's a temporary table, right? In this particular session, it will be available. Now you say show tables again. See Cloud Pandit table, this is a true. Is temporary is true because it's a temporary table. So, but you cannot set it as a true or false, these things. Okay, these will input automatically based on how you have created these tables.
So
Okay,
additionally, I can see that database is showing blank for that temporary table. So that means I cannot see that in the data part also, is it?
yes, exactly, you are right.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Okay, you will not be able to see these things. Even if you just detach the cluster and reattach, you will not be able to see this.
Got it.
Let me show you. Because this will be a temporary table which is available for that particular session. So now you restarted the session. Now you just say, yeah, you need to say this command because use this. Otherwise, it will use the default command. Now you see only you are getting permanent table. Temporary tables will be deleted. Okay, clear?
Sure. One quick question here. The other day you were showing that shortcuts where you can show, you were showing like how can you execute a command. So question is, if I'm having in one cell 3 to 4 commands, right? Can I execute only one command out of those 5 and 6 commands, whatever I have writing?
In a same cell, you have 3 or 4 lines of code. You want to execute first 2 lines, right?
Yes.
So that is not possible. You need to put
Okay,
it in a separate cell and you need to execute.
okay, I have to comment it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you are right. You need to comment it. Otherwise, you can take these 2 into some other cell and you can execute it. Okay.
Okay, fine.
So I hope you are comfortable with these things, right? So you how to execute in Scala and SQL. Everything will work. So whatever works here, everything will work in Scala and DB also. Okay. Now,
One question here. You have loaded this particular data from, let's say, from a file to here, right? Is there in the system somewhere it is storing that we have done this way, like more of a traceability, any metadata kind of thing?
see, metadata means Spark will have something called DAG. Okay. So Spark knows how these tables, everything is created. So you see here you have written, right? Just click on this. So it is going to store. Sorry. See, scanned CSV and saved as table. See, save as table. Understood?
But it's not giving the name, right?
No, name and all it will not give. It will give you in a high level.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to get the name, I think, wait, I'll just check it. I think that is, few things is possible. Yeah, it is possible. I think, let me show you. Just take. Go to jobs. Click on job 10. At least a file it should tell from where it is. Okay.
Maybe the completed stages.
It is just doing this. Yeah, only one stage it has created. Yeah, this is the data we read it, right? So if you click on this job, let me just show you. But at the last, if you look at it, is just giving some idea. What is the option? So I'll tell you there is. It should tell you from which location you are loading this particular file. So that is possible, but it is not showing. Okay, I'll show you those things later, I think.
No problem, no problem.
when we apply transformation, we should get, so from which path you are loading the CSV files, everything we will get to know. You should see. Okay, just looking at it, why it is not showing. Okay, you got high level idea, right? At least from which location you are not getting, but you know, so CSV file you scanned and you saved as a table. Okay, so this particular visualization will tell you. So if you have applied any other transformation in between, so those transformation, it will just create the DAG. Okay, so yeah, it will remember all the transformation. For that we are using DAG.
Yeah, Malaya, what was that, like Hive and warehouse? So that's a default like path and to save tables.
Default path for the databases and the tables. See, for databases, we will go back again, create table, DBFS. Here you will have a database information, Hive, root. Click on this. So this is a temp space DB. Here you will not have anything. So whatever data you uploaded, that will be by default uploaded to here. But we can create a multiple folders, whatever folders you want to create, but you cannot create those folders from the UI. Okay, UI means at least you need to write some db-util commands. That particular session we are going to start tomorrow. So how to use db-util commands to create the multiple folders, how to maintain. Okay, so in TMP, see Hive, root, and some default database it is showing. Okay, but I want to see all my databases, then just click on users, Hive, warehouse, see all the databases which are created. Now I want to see the tables which I have in each database. Just click on this. So Python table, only one table we have here. So what is the data which is attached to this particular table, you can able to see. Now if you click on this database tables you can see. If you click on this database tables you can see. Okay,
I mean, we are creating it's going to be Hive table, right? In the Databricks.
yes, all those are Hive tables. Okay.
Hive tables, okay.
Next, click on this, click on databases and tables. Come down. Okay, see now, use all these things we understood, right? Now let's take, okay, this is the data I want to consider now again. So this time I will do a partition. Okay, based on partition I will write, see, same write command I will use, execute it. So this time, this is the data frame which has the data. I want to write in a overwrite mode, but I don't want to write as table directly. I want to do something like partition by. I want to do, see here I will say partition by. Okay, partition by which column, can you see here, based on what column you want to partition, card type, so that we'll have a two types. You want to partition by credit name, you want to store each customer data independently. No, I want to store the card type data. So all master card data at one place, all Visa card data at one place, one file, something. Okay, so that's how we can able to write data. Now you see I'm just going to put here the column name. Okay, partition by card type column, and then I want to save that partitions. I want to save it in a maybe scalar DB. I'll just store it in a scalar DB. I can say scalar table. Execute it. Okay, it has written the data. Okay, it is, yeah, fine. Click on data. See now, click create. Oh, before that, click on scalar DB and see scalar table is created. Click on create table. Then click on DBFS. Click on users, Hive, warehouse. You see a scalar DB, scalar table. So in scalar table, you see partitions it has created. Card type equal to master. All master data is available in this. All Visa data is available in this. Now you want only master data to be read, then just select this folder and you take this path and read this particular partition. Only read that particular partition instead of reading entire data. You want only master data. So in that case, instead of reading entire data, just read master data. See, this is the file path, or you can say partition path. So to read only master data, this is the path. Okay, in this I want to read. It is basically a Parquet, right? So start.read at Parquet. I'll tell you. So Spark is nothing but a Spark session.read. In which format file I want to read? It's a Parquet. See, same syntax I'm using. Parquet dot. Then I need to say I want to load this particular file. So if it is a Parquet, you don't need to tell whether you have headers or not. Automatically, it will save the headers. Okay, dot show. Executed. See, you'll get only the master card detail. See, MasterCard credit ID 1, credit name, credit score. You understood? You are getting only MasterCard details. You may see some problem that you might have observed here. One column is missing, that is card type. Why? Because it is already created as a partitions. Card type equal to master. When you are reading card type is master means all this data coming under master type. Okay, that's it. That column will not come when you are reading a partitions. Remember. Is it clear? Any questions here?
Yeah, one quick question. For the card type field that we have chosen, right? I'm just asking this from the perspective of like performance. Let's say you have considered card type, which is basically nothing but a string kind of field. Like when you are architecting a solution or something, will you be approaching that saying, you know, like what happens in normal database? Like if you have a choice to go for a numeric value or integer value to do partition with versus a string, you always gonna go with string based on the cardinality and all. So here, is there any such considerations are there?
Here we don't have such kind of considerations. Okay, you just can select anything. Okay, you don't have any such type of considerations here. You can just select whatever you want.
Oh,
Yeah, Malay, I have one doubt. Suppose if you want to show this table in particular report, so I want to display that type also. So is there any forcibly we can include that column? Or is there any possibility?
Okay, so you want to do that. See, those are a transformation that you can do. So example, you want to show the type, then you can do something like with the column. See, this is, I cannot explain now, but as you're asking, I'm just showing the data. Don't ask me what you are doing, because now we cannot discuss all that. See, you can just add the with column. Okay, this is basically allow you to add the new column. Okay, now what I can do, I can say df1 dot show. Okay, and so basically I'll tell you execute it with the columns. Execute it. Now you see you are getting understood. So
Yes.
with the column will allow you to add the new column. That column name is card type, and the value for that is master. Master is a constant value. It's a literal value. So I am just using lit function to define that particular data, because if you give simply a double quote master string value, it will not tell you. You need to say it is a constant value. It's a literal. So you need to pass that particular data here. Okay. Now you got it. So you are asking some report, how to display the data and how to create the report in data. Right?
No. This one only report. I mean to say, like, if you want to consume this in Power BI or like that, so we need to show type also, right? So that's what.
Get some of the reports here itself. Example, plot options. So let's say
Yeah,
card.
but one thing, Malaya, you just hard coded that value, right? So can we get it from table?
See, you can get all those things. All those things will cover. So that you just have to wait. Okay. Understood, Sudhir? So you need to wait, because those things
Sure,
you
yeah.
can pass it as some variables or so we can able to do those things. So
Sure,
you
sure.
have a plots, you can just use the different plots here. So let's say pie chart. You can use different bars, but the data is not visible. 1 second. Credit score, I wanted the value. Yeah. See, each user score, you can credit score and a credit name. You will come to know, right? So you can use this bar graph, you can use pie chart. So you can create the reports as well here. Okay.
Next feature.
Any other questions? Yeah, I'll just quickly show you how to drop the databases and tables now. You see, Spark.sql drop database. Okay, which database I want to drop? Cloud funded Scalar DB I want to drop. It will throw error. You see why it will throw error. So it is not a empty database. That is the reason why it is throwing error. Now I will say cascade. Just expect it. It will drop. Okay. Even though non-empty databases, if you want to drop, you need to use a cascade. Okay, but you see, without cascade, I can able to drop the my SQL DB. I think it is done already. It is deleted. That's why. See, that is done. Now I think I have. So before I drop the database, what I want to do, I want to drop the table in my drop table. Okay, drop table. So this table is available within this particular database, right? Cloud Pandit Python DB.python table. So you see drop table, Cloud Pandit Python DB.python table. Okay, just drop it. Okay, it is dropped. Now just click on.
Even it having data, still it got dropped. Earlier you told, right? That,
see, if it is a database, it will wait. If it is a table, it will be deleted automatically.
Oh, that cascade option was there. That's for database. Huh?
Only databases.
Okay.
Now, without anything, I can able to just drop. Oh, sorry, it's a database, right? You say database. Database, Cloud Pandit Python DB database. I want to drop. Okay, I just dropped it. Now you have seen this, but you might have observed one more thing. Whenever I am reading some Hive catalog, some error. See, which one will take more time? Yeah, let me just try to create this database once again. Please see here. Oh shit. That is quickly finishing. That is the reason you are not able to see, right? Okay, I'll just try to overwrite once again. Database is not available. I want to show you something else. Okay, let me just create a Python DB now. Okay, why I am not able to create database? Python DB already exists. Okay, I already created. Fine. Okay, this is the data. I'm just reading once again. Are you able to observe here? Please observe here. Here at exactly down, you will see some Hive catalog checking. Okay, so if you want Python DB, I'll just say Python DB. Okay, it missed, right? So I'll just check once. Okay, execute once again. You see Hive catalog operation, drop table. You understood that? Okay, again I'm executing. Please check that. So keep it in mind. Okay, what it is, Hive catalog. I will explain you in Spark execution plan. How Spark internally optimize these queries. So we need to understand some Spark execution plan. So in Spark execution plan, it is first step is to check whether tables, database, table columns, whatever you mentioned, all those things are available or not. It is going to check. How it is going to check all these things with the help of Hive catalog. Now we just yeah. So this is the data we have. This is the Python table which we have created based on a partitions. Now go to data. So this is the table. Click on this table. So this is the metadata. See here, you see partitions information. Based on what column we have made this partition card type. Okay, what is the data type string? What is comment? Do we have any comment? No. Understood. Okay. So this is how it will show all these things.
How you went to this page? Can you show once more, please?
Simple, just click on this table, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, already in that page, that's why it's not moving. Just click on data, click partition table. Okay, you will come here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, yeah, any other questions we have? Anybody is having any other questions?
Can the metadata be exported to something else?
Exported, where you want to export them?
Example, like, can I, like, whatever, let's say in that particular database, I have whatever the table and all these things, right? Can I export that information, put it into like a CSV, XML, or whatever it is, and use it in other place for mounting the entire database over there?
No, it is not possible. See, there is no option to export this.
Okay.
So when we create tables, right, we have a something like write mode, append or overwrite. What is the
Correct.
default if I don't specify?
By default, it will be, there is no default, it will throw error.
Okay.
The example I will show you without, yeah, see now, if I want to mention this, okay, just write it. See, it is saying Python table already exists. It will throw some error. Okay, now you need to say, okay, it is available, fine, but so I want to overwrite it. So I know it is existed, so I want to overwrite the data, or I want to append the data. You need to tell. If you're not saying so mode, it will throw something like this. There is no default mode here. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Malaya, same like as normal SQL. Here also we need to create an indexes and all, or is Spark automatically taking care of those performance related things?
So index concept is not there in our Spark. Okay. So
Okay.
index concept is not there. So only thing that you can do is you can just use the partitions. And you can store data in a different file formats.
Okay. Yeah.
But whatever data you are saving into the table, that data by default save it in a Parquet. So I have shown you today, right? So why is
Yes.
Spark for Parquet? Because it has a lot of advantages. Those I will show you very soon. Okay.
Yeah, we are not explicitly mentioned, right? Automatically it's saved as a pocket only. Yeah.
Parquet, because Parquet has a lot of benefits in terms of reading the data. Okay, it's a columnar storage, that is the main advantage. So all the columnar storages, what happens, the readability will increase automatically.
Okay.
Those things I will discuss anyhow when we talk about Parquet. Okay.
Well, one quick question on the just now in the process you showed when you reappend, like you appended that data once more, right? So that caused a duplicate data set. Can you
Yes,
delete
yes.
it?
See, those things, everything will come.
Okay.
See how to remove the duplicates. What else? So you have a multiple ways to get the like unique records. You can just drop it. You can just apply distinct. Okay, so drop also multiple functions we have. So you can use multiple ways. Everything we'll discuss. Okay. Not. Yes, so that is exactly we need, right? So duplicates checks we need to do as part of processing. So data quality checks we are going to do as part of first processing, right? So first, if the data quality we verified, if the data is fine, then only we are going to apply the transformations or whatever, right? So processing we will do. Understood?
Sure.
And Malaya, like, is there a way we can drop the database or tables by directly going to the data without writing a command?
You don't have anything, Harish.
Okay.
Let me just check it. No, you don't have any option.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Last one question is like the tables that you are showing here, right? Can I use any client tool to access these tables from here? And unless like other than this notebook?
See, tables means first thing you need to understand, we can able to access Databricks in 3 ways, as I mentioned: REST API. Okay. Next one is CLI, and next one is UI. So by using REST API calls, you can able to access these tables in your third party tools. Okay.
Oh, okay.
REST API URL you can use.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.